Erika Kirk, who I'm still convinced, Wolves in Finance. Thank you, J Frog. Yes, Wolves in Finance. And that is a great channel, by the way. A lot of good research. Erika Kirk is central casting. I am convinced beyond any doubt that whatever this marriage was, everything is a means to an end. And so I am going to show you guys. First, we're going to lead off with Candace, which is going to lead into what I feel is an even bigger issue, because way too many people are caught up with Erika. There's been this video that was uncovered about her with her old boyfriend applying for Amazing Race. I don't give a damn about any of that shit. That gossip stuff, that doesn't mean anything. If that lady wants to date 100 men, that's her business, what she does in the privacy of her own home. However, to present yourself as this very pious person, very Christian lady who totally is going to show the way of the Lord. Yeah, not really. It's money, it's power. And that's all it ever was. Here we go.
Thing that I think about, this is actually number one. Andrew Colvett, he painted a vivid picture for me in that immediate 48 hours. We were on the phone, and he told me about how when he flew, while he was on the plane flying, he had so much anxiety, and it was pent up because, like, everyone was messaging him while he's on the plane, and he doesn't know whether or not Charlie was okay or whatever. And then he said that anxiety, he said, as soon as the plane landed, I got off of the plane and ran into Erika's arms on the tarmac and boohoo cried. He said, basically fell into her arms and cried because he had so much anxiety. Their planes landed an hour apart.
Mm.
So I just thought it was interesting that she waited to go to the hospital, because who could say, I think we can say what we would do. We'd probably go right to the hospital. And, she did tell me that she found out Charlie was dead before they took off in Arizona. And I think about, why wait an hour on the tarmac? And then, despite waiting for him to land, they then went into different entries into the hospital. Erika went through the back and Andrew went through the front. So there's a lot there that doesn't make sense to me. But the hour waiting on the tarmac bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I think whoever put this together and gave it the green light didn't fully think it through, that all these months later, people would still be pushing this hard to get to the truth. And at this point, I think they're just hoping that somebody flips, that somebody gives up the information. And again, I think all of the information is out there. All of it. Israel 1000% was involved in this in some way. And whether they flew in the assassins, I'm still convinced, if he is deceased, that the way he was taken out was basically with a bomb in his lapel. Exploded, saw the blood shoot out, and there he went. Yeah, there was a Tyler involved, but not the Tyler that they're telling us. And much like in this case, Erika Kirk, who is definitely hiding stuff, she don't want to talk about it. And eventually somebody is going to get confronted. Now, right now, she hasn't been confronted because there's too much going on. There's too much money involved, too many events going on. But when the money starts to dry up, when the organization starts to fall apart, they're going to have to answer for this. They're not going to be able to run away from it. They'll try, and they've tried, but it won't work. It's not going to work.
Because you are with other people, you should get to the hospital as fast as possible. And why are we waiting for Andrew Colvett?
I've really got to sit with that. That's such.
I've been sitting with it for 3 months, and this does feel like therapy that I finally got this all.
That sounds
4 months.
I need to go back and pull those plane records.
He landed a lot later.
That is
more than an
bizarre.
hour, if I'm remembering correctly. So
the great noticing continues, as the saying goes. And as I said, Charlie was her friend, and vice versa. Now, regardless of what you think of their politics or anything of that nature, there's no question that they shared some type of a bond that was very, I would say, sibling-like. At least it's what it seemed like to me. And my suspicion is that she never trusted Erika. Something was always off. Charlie was smitten because she was an attractive blonde, and he was definitely punching above his weight class in terms of the looks department. And so as a result, she was trying to get him to see things that maybe he couldn't see. Now, whether it was ever said explicitly or not, I don't know. How much did Charlie really know of her past? She also had, I think Erika has, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think Erika's got like 6 or 7 years on Charlie. And when they met, I want to say he was like 23 or something like that, and she was 30. So when you talk about the great noticing, and in the case of what has Erika Kirk been up to in her past, that's very perplexing in terms of her behavior. This is Erika from over a decade ago applying for a position with Diana von Furstenberg. Say if I said that right, Jen. Talk about a very sought after position. Here's what she had to say.
Tell me about your experiences in fashion.
I did not go to fashion school, but I am self-taught. So I graduated with political science and international relations. And although that background to some might seem a little bit foreign to the fashion world, I think that it's actually very helpful because fashion is international and you have to understand people because the consumer is what's buying your product. And if you are able to create a line or a brand that embodies international aspects, whether that be art, architecture, anything that's different with the fabrics and the feel of the brand and the line, that draws people to it. And so for me, I'm looking at this from a pragmatic business standpoint. Although I don't know how to sew and cut, I mean, I can sew a pillow together, but I can't take fabrics and create this couture dress. That's not me. But I'm able to see design. I'm able to pick up on certain things and be able to put things together. So for me, not necessarily having formal training, I would rather learn from people and individuals than from textbooks. I even had that life experience with my family. I come from a bloodline of entrepreneurs, and I learned from my mom, how to basically run a company, and that's how I was able to formulate my nonprofit. And that's
Yes, formulate a nonprofit. Exactly what nonprofit are we referring to? And of course, her mother is also intelligence. That's pretty well documented. So when she talks about these issues here, she's very rehearsed, like extremely rehearsed. It does not come off as a very genuine person. It's like that fake smile. I don't have any skills. Did I get the job? Well, it depends on if the boss wants to fuck you or not. Sorry, chat. In some cases, it's really just comes down to that factor.
what also made me change my major, because originally I was business. So I do feel like I'm self-taught because I'm able to read and educate myself. I think education is one of the most important things you can have, and being able to take my eclectic background and just mix it all together, I think is what makes me so unique for this type of opportunity, because I'm a Jane of all trades and I'm not afraid to learn and be a sponge and absorb, because that's how I was able to play basketball in college. I've been trained to be a leader, but at the same time not be so high up in the clouds where I don't think I have things that I'm still learning.
Can somebody verify that this woman played college basketball? Because that would be an interesting thing to look into. Maybe she rode the bench. Who knows? But I am curious about that one.
Erika, what does fashion mean to you?
I grew up being a tomboy, so I was always in Jordan, whether that be the jersey or the shoes. So growing up, I kind of missed the whole dress up as a princess type phase. I was even too embarrassed to paint my nails. Like, that's how pathetic it was. But I did dress up as a princess once, and take that back. So to me, fashion is basically a form of art. It's expressing yourself. It's being able to put together an outfit, or to be able to buy something off the rack and create your own type of masterpiece in some sense, and being able to wear that proudly, and it speaks for itself. And when you have outfits that you're proud of and you feel confident in your outfit, that makes your whole day so much better.
Takes.
Notice something about these clips that we've discovered. She don't have any bling on her fingers. Certainly pays to marry into the right situation. If you haven't smashed that like button, please make sure that you do. Please make sure that you subscribe. Please make sure you share the stream. Got a little bit more to say here.
The timing in my life is perfect for this opportunity. I'm at a great point, just career-wise, to be able to take on this type of endeavor. And I feel like I have something very unique to offer this whole experience in general. Like I said, I'm very coachable, I'm very trainable.
Did you catch that? I'm very coachable and I'm very trainable. Now, who's to say that? What was this interview for? Could it be for Turning Point USA? I'm not sure, but it could be. And a lot of people just want to, some people think she's hot. But what I see here is an op, somebody not to be trusted. Very smooth. But hey, coachable, trainable.
And I'm the type of person that I don't need all the time in the world to get ready. If you say you got to be on a plane in a half hour and you have to pack your stuff and go, I'm on it. I'm kind of like a gypsy. I don't mind living out of a suitcase. I'm used to it, and that's something that I'm okay with. So traveling, I love it. I'm all for it. I'm up for anything. I want to learn. I want to be able to use this opportunity and harness all the things that I can learn from it, and be able to just inspire people. Like, how cool of a chance it is to be able to work with Diane and her brand. And that's why I want to use this opportunity to inspire, to be able to make a difference, and to work with Diane and a brand that does that empowers women, that shows that, you don't have to know everything about the fashion industry to make a difference. You can learn, and you can create your own experience out of it all. So I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to this. And if I have the blessing, to make a difference with this opportunity, I'm all for it. Ready to pack my bags.
Aren't you now? It would not surprise me if a similar conversation went down when she was being interviewed by Charlie Kirk in his organization. This is big business at a very high level. And that is definitely a fake it till you make it, I agree. But therein again lies the rub, which is, this is not somebody who seems very trustworthy. This is also somebody who has very much desired the spotlight for quite some time. And now that Charlie is no longer there and she is in control of the organization, you're now seeing what happens when somebody with that type of personality gets control of things. A kid in a candy store. This story's not going away, and it shouldn't, because there's still so much more that is not being addressed. And I think it is fair to ask, is he even deceased? And if he's not, where is he? And where are the kids? And why does she seem a very odd person who's definitely hiding something?